マイン、なんでお前そんなこと。俺たち仲間じゃ。
Top 10 Best Anime Betrayals. Of course, getting betrayed by your own blood or someone close to you can feel like a knife in the gut, and in the world of anime, the most epic betrayals usually appear in the form of blameless characters unleashing a dark side or a brave-hearted hero turning into a villain. So today, I'll be counting down my picks for the top 10 most brutal and heart-wrenching anime betrayals of all time. Before I start the countdown, make sure to give this video a quick thumbs up and subscribe to my channel so you'll be notified of all the new episodes I post.
ちょっといいか、話があるんだが。
なんだよ。
俺たちは5年前、壁を破壊して人類への攻撃を始めた。これが鎧の巨人で、こいつが超大型巨人。
Coming up at number 10, we have when BERTOLT and REINER reveal they are Titans. Since the beginning of time, Titans have been petrifying humanity, often gulping them down like a bunch of cherries without feeling an inch of remorse. Humanity finally manages to control the threat by building massive walls around their hometown at some point in history. These barriers would serve as a surefire way to keep Titans away from entering their hometown and disturbing everyone's peace. It wasn't until the year 845 when the armored and Colossus Titan tore through the walls as if they were some weak sheets of paper, and ultimately endangering humanity once again. The shocking event encouraged the anime's protagonist, our one and only Eren, into action after a Titan ruthlessly ate his mother. After that day, he swore to take the Titans down and join the military to take revenge against the Titans. As he continues his journey, he meets a couple of exciting personalities, BERTOLT and REINER. Eren shared his hatred for the Titans with these two men. It wasn't until one major combat when the two revealed that they were the same Titans who thrashed the kingdom's walls and ate every human they could find, hence serving as one of the most brutal and unexpected anime betrayals for both the viewers and, of course, Eren. Number 9. KYUBEY'S Little Secret. Next up, we have KYUBEY, the little cat. At a glance, KYUBEY seemed to be the last thing that would ever betray anyone, but think again. This cat-like character may appear as the perfect stuffed animal for little girls because of its adorable facade and charming looks, and because of being the best example of a little girl's dream, it remains the reason it approaches them as a messenger of magic, with the guarantee of granting one of their biggest wishes. In exchange, the little girls must agree to fight the witches destroying the world. Now, KYUBEY's offer seems too good to be true. Become a savior and get whatever you want in exchange. However, the truth is that the messenger of magic is hiding a dark secret about his covenant with the contractors. And when the girls failed at fulfilling the contract, they became the very witches they were hunting down as magical girls. As a result of this consequence, the chain of events became more tragic and ruthless.
今のまどかなら、おそらく10日かそこいらでこの星を壊滅させてしまうんじゃないかな。まあ、あとは君たち人類の問題だ。僕らのエネルギー回収ノルマはおおむね達成できたしね。どうして
ANTHY stabs UTHENA. On number 8, we have ANTHY and UTHENA. Revolutionary Girl UTHENA is a much admired series with many symbolisms and surrealisms, which are the stamps of Kunihiko Ikuhara's project. It is unafraid to analyze and explore nations of gender roles, gender identity, and the fairy tale tropes shaping what children think about women and men. UTHENA is of course a woman, but she does not aspire to be a stereotypical princess who will wait for her Prince Charming to show up and save her from a tower of misery. No, she wants to be a mensch to ANTHY Himemiya. ANTHY, on the other hand, has her own problems. Her brother pesters her, and all other candidates want to win to use ANTHY for their own egotistical reasons. Also, ANTHY isn't just a princess, she is also a witch. These traits eventually compel her to betray and stab UTHENA, the female princess who just wants ANTHY to be happy. Thankfully, their relationship does take a positive turn in the end.
今度は私が行くから、どこにいても必ず見つけるから。待っててね、ウテナ。
アーチャークラスの能力による存命が限界に来ようとも、戦力差を考えればこの程度。エミやシロ、お前が死ぬことに変わりはない。
Number 7. Archer betrays himself. The story of Fate Stay Night is based on Shirao Emiya, an honest and hardworking teenager who, against his better judgment, enters a to-the-death tournament called the 5th Holy Grail War. In the tournament, he fights with heroes and magic from throughout history for a chance to have their wishes granted. Now, Archer's betrayal of his earlier self has to be one of the most complicated betrayal scenarios in all of anime history. When Rin's helper in Ultimate Blade Works was introduced to be another Shiro, an older version from a different world, no one ever would have thought that could happen. Archer is basically a counter guardian. He is there after making a contract to go back into a different timeline and murder himself before creating the entire Fate Stay Night timeline. While he didn't get the chance to rout his younger self, it was a memorable and shocking moment in the story.
ひどい話だ。古い鏡を見せられている。こういう男がいたのだったな。
アルミ、ひとまずあんたは賭けに勝った。でも私が賭けたのはここからだから。
At number 6, we have Annie Leonhardt and her groundbreaking and of course saddening reveal as the female Titan. As most viewers already know, Attack on Titan took the anime world by storm with its first season and stunned everyone with Annie's Titan reveal. Now, when I saw the female Titan's hair, I did ask myself, is that Annie? But at the same time, I didn't want it to be true since Eren and his crew were not ready for this or basically any other surprise attack. But since we're talking about Attack on Titan, people are always going to die, regardless of how important they are, often in cruel ways and at the hands of the flesh-eating human freaks. The female Titan was extra tarrying, mainly because she wasn't much of an athlete, nor was she smart. So at this moment, Annie murdered a handful of people in the forest and the field as if they were a bunch of flies. At one point, she was flying a human being around like a yo-yo, so yes, this was revolting to watch. And let's just say I'm still not over the fact that Petra died at the hands of Annie.
Petra! 早く体勢を直せ! Petra!
Number 5. Rachel pushes Bab. Next, we have Rachel's unforgiving betrayal. Rachel and Bam have always been each other's best friend. As a matter of fact, Bam adores Rachel so much that he chases after her and climbs the Tower of God, a risky challenge that requires his participant to pass a series of tough obstacles to reach the top. As you can see, Bam is ready to risk his life for her just so he could see her again. Before reaching the next step of the tower, Rachel throws Bam off the ledge, causing him to die. Now, why does she do this? She was her best friend, right? Well, the explanation for this is that she was jealous of him and how special he was.
NAGATO なのか。お前らは一体何なんだ。我々はペイン。神だ。
On number 4, we have Nagato. During the Second Shinobi War, Jiraiya spent a few of his days teaching ninjutsu to 3 orphans from the Hidden Rain village. One of these orphans was a kid named Nagato who possessed the legendary Rinnegan. Despite Jiraiya training the orphans to use their powers for the sake of good, the cruelty of the Third Shinobi War and the death of one of his comrades crushed Nagato's beliefs in goodness. Nagato then chooses a darker path to believe that peace can only be achieved through pain and suffering. He even took a headship of the Akatsuki and eventually united Jiraiya when he crept into the Hidden Rain village. Truth be told, it was a terrible reunion in which Nagato ended up murdering his very own teacher.
JIRAYA 豪傑物語。これでちったましになったかの。ほどほどにあっぱれ、あっぱれ。
Next up at number 3, we have Itachi killing his own clan, including his parents. Itachi was responsible for almost annihilating his very own clan, literally leaving only his little brother Sasuke behind. That's a heartbreaking and unforeseen cause of betrayal. If this series was anything like Berserk or Attack on Titan, we could have witnessed an intense or visceral visual retelling of how it all happened. But even without the terrifying details, anyone could see how Itachi's feat changed Sasuke's entire life.
Itachi, 最後に約束しろ。サスケのことは頼んだぞ。分かってる。
私の配下になれ。なんですって？お前たちのスターシードを差し出し、私への忠誠を誓うのだ。
あなたに従うくらいなら死んだ方がマシです。
そうよ。誰があなたなんかに。
面白い。
ウラヌス。
君と一緒にいられるなら悪魔に魂を売り渡すことになってためらいはないさ。
そうね。正気ですか。
On number 2, we have the betrayal from the Sailor Scouts. Sailor Moon is somewhat a lighthearted anime with love as a central theme. Usagi Tsukino might seem like your average hyped teenager, but she awakens as the leader of a group of female guardians known as the Sailor Scouts. They start as a small squad but end up adding more queens to their family. The Scouts are the kind of people who are there for each other. Shockingly enough, one of the most unexpected anime betrayals curtails from 2 of the Sailor Scouts, Sailor Uranus and Sailor Neptune. These 2 were already known for doing their own hocus pocus during battles. Still, things took a more devious turn when they deserted the Sailor Scouts and joined forces with Sailor Galaxia with a mission to defeat Usagi. One of the many reasons this was a terrible betrayal was because it causes the death of many senshi. On number 1, we have AIZEN, CUCKOLS Soul Society. AIZEN is the central villain, but let's try to recall his appearance at the beginning. He looks like a guy who taught metaphysics or philosophy in college. He was seemingly strategic, gentle-mannered, and highly respectable. In reality, he was indeed devious, but he was also more willing to cuckold and kill anyone if it meant achieving his ominous goals. With his Arankar army and superior intelligence, he was a massive threat. If he got his wish and dethroned the Soul King, the movement of souls in and out of Soul Society would become uneven and the worlds would collide. So which one of these betrayals made you scream, "Oh snap, I didn't see that coming"? Or if you've already seen some of these betrayals before, share your thoughts in the comment section below. And lastly, if you enjoyed this video and would like to see more, subscribe to my channel with a comment saying "I subscribed" and I'll personally reply to you. And while you're there, hit that bell icon so you'll know every time I post something new. I'll catch you guys in my next video. Until then, stay safe.